Thank you, Medic, and thank you, Wunder, for joining me after this game. Congrats on this first Super Week in the LEC. Quick question, how did you guys react to the Healy moment, as they said?
The Healy moment, I mean, I didn't really watch much of it. I only heard, careful, there's an S4 ult coming, and careful, they have GP ult. And then I see, of course, my GP get a kill, like as usual, right? I'm laning against GP, I'm like getting dove, and then he gets kills with random ults. No, but actually, I think Marek, Humanoid, said that, wow, that's really crazy or something what you just did. And then they were just laughing. And yeah, I mean, we were pretty... I mean, a lot of things, of course, went wrong this game and all right, but we were really confident with the comp we had, and also just if we went late game, we could take the win, so we were just laughing.
Yeah, you had all the elements to do so, and again, classic Healy, win some, lose some. You're really used to seeing him do stuff like this, but talking about the early game, as confident as you were that you could put it off in the later stages of the game, it took like a really good play around Baron to guys to get back on track. Up until that, it was SK controlling the game. What could you have done better in the early game?
I mean, I think the way our draft is, of course, is like very hard to play, right? We give them Volibear, which is like a really strong jungler, and they get like, in theory, they could have gotten really strong lanes because, well, this is just the nature of our champs. They're very OP later on, maybe not as OP to, you can get dove, or you're at least like susceptible to a lot of the plays they can make in the early game. And yeah, I mean, in hindsight, we should have probably covered the top dive that they did. And then besides that, I think we did like a poor play around Rift Herald where Wukong got chunked a lot, and then they kind of like just did what they were supposed to with their comp. But we were still like very confident in, I guess, everyone's abilities to play their champions later in the game and just take the win in the end.
Yeah. All right, well, in the end, a quick word about the top lane, because you played Kayle. First time we see the champion in the LEC. It's a picked champion in the LPL, sometimes in the LCK also. We don't see it so much in the LEC so far. What's your take on the champion and the priority it has in the LEC?
I mean, it's a really fun champ to play. I mean, of course, you are kind of like in some matchups, you kind of just have to farm it out and get like your level 6 first of all, when you become kind of strong after that point. I mean, after like the patch changes with the HP and like towers doing a bit more damage, it's a lot easier to play. And it also has like some matchups where you're not like forced to base really early, unless of course you get dove and you have to TP back. But in a 1v1 situation, a lot of times it can come out even or like a little bit behind, which is normally really good for Kayle. And I think, I mean, right now, like Kayle ult with a lot of champions in the meta is really OP. For example, like, I mean, I don't know, this game we had a Tristana jumping in, but it could be like a Twitch going crazy with a Kayle ult on him, or like Kai'Sa, which you see a lot in LPL as well, jumping in with Kayle ult. It's, yeah, just a really fun champ to play, and it's kind of like an OP 80 carry later on in the game, so you also feel really strong.
Really good champion, and works well with the scaling we see lately in the game. Quick words about Humanoid. He got the Kia player of the game here. What did you think about his Corki and how he was able to annihilate SK in the later stages?
Part of the reason I felt so confident was every time I pressed tab, I saw like my mid laner flame horizon on enemy, and he was just farming everything, doing every camp, farming really well in this game. And yeah, I mean, Corki as a champ, I think, especially in week 1, it's very easy to, in a way, cheese wins, because it's so OP, it can do a lot on its own, and it has poke and like it's really strong in fights with package. It can be kind of hard for like uncoordinated teams to play against, especially. And yeah, I mean, it's just a late game champ, right? So if SK in this case couldn't close out the game or snowball properly, it just takes over.
Corki meta, and I think we'll keep on seeing the champion. For now, Wunder, thank you so much for the interview. Congrats on the first Super Week. And as we take a break, you will be able to listen to the Warner Song of the Week on repeat by Robin Schulz and David Guetta on the official LEC Spotify playlist. And we'll have Upset join us at the analyst desk after this. Stay tuned.